So, hello, you might be the partner of someone who is experiencing ROCD, and I just wanted to welcome you first and foremost and say that it takes a lot of courage to be here, to listen to a video from a course of a person who's experienced ROCD, and to just be here and be willing to listen. So, first and foremost, it takes courage for that. So, I really appreciate you, and I thank you for being here for yourself, but also for your partner. The topic of ROCD is something that a lot of people haven't heard before. So if your partner has brought up ROCD to you or said, hey, I have anxiety about my relationship, or I have OCD, or I have obsessions and compulsions in my relationship, you might be like, what the heck is that? Does my partner have OCD? And you might have kind of these images of, oh my God, my partner is the type of person that continually washes their hands, constantly checks the door, checks the oven, has to have everything in line. But the truth is that OCD goes beyond just those compulsions of hand washing and organizing. There's a spectrum to OCD, and ROCD is part of that spectrum. So, you can have severe cases, you can have not so severe cases, you can kind of have the middle, and you can just have generalized anxiety and obsessions in your relationship, and your partner may be that. So I kind of want to break that stigma. Your partner does not have to have the hand washing, organization, checking the door type of OCD. ROCD is separate from that. So again, thank you so much for being here. I am going to give you some support as the partner of someone who experiences ROCD, because I know that it can be really hard for the partner. And a lot of times the person with ROCD experiences a lot of guilt and shame within themselves because they feel so bad for experiencing obsessions and compulsions in their relationship and anxiety. So I first want to validate the fact that yes, it can be really hard, and I totally understand that. My husband can completely validate that as well. So you have all the right to feel kind of confused, sad, nervous, frustrated. You have all the right to feel those type of emotions, and I just want to validate that first and foremost. The second thing too is that I really want you to know that your partner didn't choose to just wake up and have these obsessions and compulsions and anxiety. The last thing they wanted to do was choose ROCD, and they are trying so hard to heal from ROCD and work through ROCD that sometimes they become more obsessive, and that's what happens. They don't like what they're feeling, they don't like these thoughts, they don't agree with these thoughts, and they get really fixated on the thoughts. So that's where ROCD starts to form. So as a partner of someone who experiences ROCD, first, it's not your fault. It's not their fault. It's neither of your faults. It's just something that your partner is going through, just like your partner, if your partner had broken their bone or fractured their hip, it's the same type of thing, except it's in the mind. And a lot of times people can be coming from trauma. People can be really coming from the societal expectations we have about love and relationships, and that's why it can be even more confusing for the person with ROCD. So again, it's none of your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your partner's fault. It's just something that your partner is currently, and I say currently because it's just now going through, and it doesn't mean it's forever. Not at all. So these are a couple things that you can do as a partner to support your partner with ROCD. And at the end, I'm also going to give you some things that you can do to support yourself while you're going through the supportive process of helping your partner. So the first and important thing, it can kind of be counterintuitive, but if your partner is experiencing a lot of difficult emotions, if they're kind of in that ROCD mode or anxiety, the most important thing that you can do is give your partner acceptance. Giving your partner acceptance and giving them a container of safety is the most loving and best thing that you can do for your partner. So what does that mean? For example, let's say that your partner is really feeling low, or they're really angry at themselves, or they're feeling really depressed and sad because of the ROCD that they're experiencing. The best thing that you can do is go to your partner and say, I'm here for you. Whatever you're feeling is completely okay. Whatever you're experiencing is completely okay. I'm here for you, and you are free to feel whatever you want to feel. That gives them a sort of validation that what they're experiencing is okay. And it can kind of be counterintuitive because a lot of times we can think, wait, but shouldn't I tell my partner to fix or change? We're not trying to fix or change anything. We're allowing their emotions to be there. So another thing that you can say too is that you're safe to feel whatever you want to feel. I'm giving you a space of safety. I see you. This must be so hard. This will pass. And you have all the right to feel whatever you want to feel. And whatever you feel is completely okay. I'm here for you and I care about you. Just saying those things can help ease the suffering and pain of your partner. Your partner might go to, oh, I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty I'm putting you through this. But again, you're giving them a place and safe container to feel whatever they need to feel. It's not your responsibility. It's not their responsibility, but you're giving them a place to feel whatever they need to feel. So if they feel sad, angry, confused, lost, and afraid, acknowledging that, showing them that you're there and you hear them. I see you. This must be so hard. I'm so sorry. You'll get through this. This too shall pass. Those can be really helpful. If your partner also really appreciates physical touch, then giving them a hug, being silent and holding them, giving them a touch on the shoulder, giving them some sort of physical touch, if they like physical touch, can be very healing and very nurturing as well. So the other point about all of this is that it's important for you to remember that it's not your job to fix or heal your partner's pain. Their pain and suffering is on them. It is not your responsibility to fix or heal their pain, nor can you ever do that. It's not your job, it's their job. But it is your job to give them a sense of safety and love, because that's what a relationship is, right? You're giving them a place to feel whatever they need to feel and giving them a sense of acceptance. And that's really, really important. That's the most important thing you can do. Giving them space to feel and acknowledging their pain and giving them love. That's what it is. The other important thing, so this is another point, is that it's important for you to not give them any sense of certainty. So this can be a little bit tricky and kind of confusing, but I'm going to say it again. You're not here to give them any sense of certainty. You're actually allowing them to feel uncertainty in the container of safety and love. So for example, a compulsion, which is something that an individual does to relieve their anxiety, might be them asking you for reassurance. So, for example, let's say that your partner is feeling really anxious and they come to you and they say, oh, I have anxiety about me not loving you. I have anxiety that maybe you're not the one. I have this anxiety that you're not attractive. The thing that you should avoid and not do is this. Approaching your partner and saying, no, but you do love me. Remember that time where you told me you loved me? You do love me. Or, but I am the one. I am the one. Remember you told me the other day. That shows that I'm the one. Or, I've done these things. Of course I'm the one. Or, no, you do think I'm attractive, right? Like, look at you. You're looking at me in this way. And that shows that you think I'm attractive. So we're not feeding into their anxieties. We're more giving them a space to say, hey, I think that you're going through your anxiety right now, or I think this is an obsession you're getting into. What you can say instead is, I see that you're anxious right now, but I'm not going to go into any certainty for you. Know that this will pass, you're doing the best that you can, and let's do something else instead. So what you can do in that moment is say, what did your therapist suggest for you? Or what did that group and community suggest when you're in this moment? What is something that you can do instead? Something that is helpful for your specific partner. So if you don't remember all of these things, because I'm spitting out a lot of things, you can even have like a card with your partner that kind of says what to do in these moments. Like take nice deep breaths, go for a walk, kind of sit with the uncertainty, just still giving them a sense of safety and allowance to feel their emotions, whatever they need to feel. Your partner even might say, but what if this? What if that? What if this? Just keep it simple. Move on. Say, hey, I'm noticing this is anxiety. Move on to the next subject. Allow that uncertainty to be there. Another tip that can be extremely helpful is to give them reminders of small improvements. So acknowledging those times that they were without anxiety. Like, hey, you've been doing well. I know you're having a hard time right now, but look, yesterday you had a great day. And this isn't a compulsion in any way, because you're not telling them that they love you or you love them in any way. I'm sorry, that they love you, but you're telling them the truth, that they have had good moments. That is the truth. So giving them those reminders of improvements, giving them reminders of times where they felt pretty okay, and telling them this will pass. You're okay. Keep going. So the last thing that I really want to emphasize is something that I kind of brought up in the beginning. But I really do want to remind you that it is not your job, again, to fix them, to heal them. They don't need to be fixed. There's nothing broken about them. It's just more giving them a sense of safety and love, so they can move past the anxiety. So it's not your fault in any way. And if you feel as though you're kind of getting stuck into it and stuck into trying to help them, just gently pull yourself out. The people that will help them will be their therapists, their supporters on the community and the course, and me and Alexis, which is another therapist as well. So it is not your job in any way to fix them or heal them. You can just be that support and just kind of be that friend on the side. That's the best thing that you can do. The responsibility is not on you, and it is on them, and that is it. So the last important point that I really want to bring about is that it is important for you to continually fulfill yourself. So in this span of the relationship right now, you might feel as though your partner needs a little bit of time to work on what's going on. They might need a little bit more space. They might not be that typical them that they are usually, and that's okay. They're going through something really difficult. So it's important, when your needs aren't met, to continually fulfill yourself in other ways beyond the relationship. So make sure you're taking care of yourself during these times. Make sure you're fulfilling yourself. You're seeing friends. You're doing the things that you love to do, the hobbies that you love to do, especially if you're prone to wanting to help your partner. Bring it back to yourself and keep doing things for you, because it is not your job or your responsibility to change anything that they're experiencing. Not at all. You're being the best partner by just giving them that love, giving them that safety, and giving them that acceptance and those nudges for them to help themselves. That is the best thing that you can do for your partner. And thank you so much for being here. I understand how hard it is, and also just how courageous you are. Truly, the both of you are, as a couple together, to work through this and to be the best support for one another. I thank you for that from the bottom of my heart.